And for those soldiers who do make it home, there is a war that goes far beyond the battlefield. PTSD. For one Texas mother, it has been a painful experience, and now she hopes to help other struggling families. News 8's Jason Wheeler has her story in this WFAA original.
There he is.
An especially hard hello.
Hello, Jamie.
Exactly 1 year after Cherie Barrett said a final goodbye.
I know I miss my son every day. But I am still proud of him.
Her son, 33-year-old Army Sergeant James Barrett, served 2 tours in Iraq and came back different.
So when he walked up to us and I looked at him, I thought, oh my God, I'm never going to have my son back.
James had post-traumatic stress disorder.
He couldn't sleep. He had nightmares every night.
Cherie went with him to speak to a VA case manager.
And I looked at her and said, he cannot come back home the way he is.
James started getting treatment, but backed out because he didn't like group sessions. He would talk to his mom about his struggles, though, like this call when she was at work.
I just sit there and listen to him talk, and he tells me all about his war times and the things that he's seen. And it's just really tough that I can't be there and hold him as if he were my baby again.
In some ways, PTSD can be harder on the family than on the person who's been diagnosed, says Dr. Madhukar Trivedi.
Their immediate family actually sees it personally, and it is very disruptive, and they feel more helpless than even the person who's going through it.
Cherie felt that helplessness every night when her son would get his gun and go through the motions of a troubling new routine.
He would walk around our house on patrol, making sure everything was secure. The cars were secure, the dogs were secure, everything was fine.
Classic PTSD symptoms, says Dr. Trivedi.
Significant vigilance and alertness, so they are always perceiving some of the other threat.
Cherie was worried.
Did you have boxes?
But we couldn't tell it when we first met her in May of last year.
I feel like I could be any of their mothers.
She and other mothers of military members, known as Blue Star Moms, were making care packages for troops, even though their own kids had returned safely.
Some of these mothers know that my son went through that my own family don't know about.
But in fact, Cherie's son wasn't safe. Just a couple of months after we met her, he went on one of his armed nighttime patrols outside the family home and never came back in.
Because the next thing I know, there is this real loud knock on our door, and I was like, who is at the door?
It was a deputy responding to a suicide.
And of course, I just lost it.
A fellow Blue Star mom came immediately.
I love those women, and those women love me.
In the years since, some of those moms, and even parents Cherie didn't know, have also come to her,
saying, I need help. My son he's spiraling out of control.
They've recognized a problem, just like she did.
That this is a brain disorder, that this needs treatment, that this is not some kind of a weakness.
Cherie wants to help other PTSD families find help. She just held a run to raise money for a new foundation she started in her son's name.
So I have to think somewhere down the line that God is using me and the death of my son to help other people.
Still, 1 year on.
I love you, son. I wish there was a way you didn't have to be here.
Even that doesn't make the final goodbye any easier. Jason Wheeler, Channel 8 News.
We have a link to Cherie's foundation and more information from the psychiatrist we talked to. Just click on this story on WFAA.com.